No, I heard you can make your own. I've never made my own. Is that who's going on here? Does this put this camera?
Why are we meeting here?
Just
Remember to remember.
More space?
for our meeting, more space. Just, you guys can.
Music is just.
You're supposed to be 6 feet apart, but I know these two know each other.
And live together. So that's
Okay. Let's get this in order. So we're on a, what, an 8-minute countdown?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's coming from my computer.
Hey, it's a new Labradoodle.
Dude, that is the cutest dog.
Wait, I haven't seen it yet. Do you have it on screen?
Yeah.
Show you a picture. It almost makes me want to touch it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. When do I get to meet him?
You gotta get him all the shots. Watch him. He's available.
What's his name?
Luigi.
Of course it is. I cannot wait to meet him. Oh my god, he's like a teddy bear. I'm so excited. Okay. Bye.
All right. Okay. As we get started here. Oh, okay. We already live, Greg.
Yes, we're just waiting for the countdown timer to finish.
But we're live.
But we can change over to you whenever you want to go.
No, but Tina says she's listening to everything.
Yes.
So we are live.
We're
We're not
live.
live in 6 minutes.
Well, yeah,
You,
we're live. And
hello, live people listening. The countdown says 6 minutes, but apparently that doesn't mean anything. So we're live.
Yes.
Just so you know. So we're ignoring that timer. So I was going to tell you all that we're going to be live and you're on TV right now. So sit up tall. We're gonna have a few different topics today, and so what I wanted to go through, and I just talked about it for the early meeting, but only a couple of you guys were there, and so years ago, not quite sure how many years ago, I went on vacation. It was a longer vacation than I normally take. Do everything I can to achieve a certain level of business and volume of deals and helping our clients. The one thing that I learned was when I went away, I felt like I fell behind. And I didn't like the feeling of falling behind. And so I happened to have dinner one night at the end of that vacation in Calgary, Canada. And I happened to meet my mentor, Mike Ferry. And he happened to be in Calgary doing an event, so we hooked up for dinner. And I was sitting there, and he goes, how? and I want to get the pace of the business back up to a level that makes the end of the year feel amazing and makes the beginning of the next year feel amazing. And the only way to do that is right now in September. And so I got to do what I got to do to allow that to happen. And that means be different than my average day. And we all have different average days. So what I'm going to ask you is to look at your average day, and can you elevate it? Do you want to elevate it? Can you make this month more important than any other month you've ever had in your life, in your career? And what about your business or your life do you want to elevate? And what are the best ways to make that happen? And so I'm going to go through my top 10 list, which is 9, and I'll explain why later. Things that I think about that might be relevant for you to think about for your September to remember. And this is all going to be about here at the office and business, but you can do this for your life too, right? What do you want the end of the year to look like for you? Is it a personal goal, a weight goal, a health goal, a life goal, relationship goal? You can do this for anything. So, but we're going to talk about what can you do right here and think about something differently. So, number 1, we talk about it a lot, is numbers. Know your numbers. And all of you should be writing these down, ideally. Somebody share some paper. I see we got Christian in the room who's very well prepared. Good job, Christian. You can use your phones, yes. Even though we have no phone zone, you can use them for notes. So know your numbers. Do you know what your numbers are when you wake up? Do you know what they were yesterday? Do you know what they're supposed to be today? What are you tracking? We talk about how many people you'll speak to, right? Contacts. We talk about contracts signed. We talk about appointments set, appointments met. What is going to be your measurable for you to keep you accountable to elevating your success in September? It doesn't have to be all the numbers. It could be one of them, but one that's just going to just inspire you every day, like, this is my number. This is the one I'm going to focus on today, and I'm going to get it. Or this is the one I'm going to focus on this week. Or it could be, this is the one I'm going to focus on this month. I've never sold 4 homes in a month, and I'm going to do it this month. And you're living and breathing that number. So I'm going to ask you to think about what number is it that would inspire you every morning when you wake up. Number 2, most important on the list, have an accountability person. Who are you holding yourself accountable to? We all try to hold ourselves accountable to ourselves, and we know how good that works, no matter what you're trying to do. And for most of us, it's not very good, right? The second you say you're going to be accountable to Bahati or Matt or Miguel, right? And you're going to call them and you got to tell them every day that you did it or didn't do it. It's that little extra that can make the difference. Number 3, use a tracking system. So we are.
Can I ask questions, or do we just need to let you finish?
You can ask a question.
So, like, my problem with accountability partners is like we try to do with Keon, or like with anybody. Honestly, with anybody, it has to be someone that's really, really important to me, I think. But if it's just like anyone, like anybody, I don't
Okay,
really care
so
what they say.
for the purpose of, for those that are watching and can't hear you, I'll repeat the question. So what I'm hearing you say is you question your accountability partner, whether you chose the right one or not, and whether you feel that accountable to them. So I'm going to say for September, I'm not picking your accountability partner. You choose your accountability partner. Who do you feel will hold you accountable? And who can you trust that's going to do it back in reverse? Okay? Pick somebody based on that. Somebody in your life. It doesn't have to be in the office. It can be somebody outside the office. You could pay somebody. Say, hey, you know what? If I don't report in, I'm going to give you $10. Whatever it is. and do that to somebody who needs $10. And they're going to be, or pay the $10 if they hold you accountable if you forget. I mean, find some way to beef that up. Number 3, use a tracking system. So for those, you all know we have Sisu, and Tara's trying to get you to get back in there and understand it. Sisu's an option. For the Mike Ferry people, we use the Mike Ferry numbers analyzer, which tracks our numbers. For those that use digital, you can use your phone, you can use a piece of paper. We will be tracking, and I'll go through the numbers in a minute for our September to Remember chart. A few numbers that we'll be watching in September. Intensity and intention. Tara, you said something about intention earlier this morning. Repeat that for us.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's 4 intensity and intentions, right?
4 is intensity and intention.
Yeah. We talk about doing affirmations and visualization. What is it that you are intent on making happen?
So visualization and what was the other thing?
Affirmation.
Affirmations. So what are you intent on? So for me, intensity is, okay, what am I committing to today? What am I committing to for the month of September? And am I just thinking about it all day long? And like, I wake up, I think about it. I go to sleep, I think about it. During the day, I'm thinking about it. My accountability partner's reminding me about it. Pick something to be intense about for the month of September. Who wants to have an amazing finish to the year and a great start to next year? You all know I do this, and not everybody does, but for September, maybe it's something to think about. I said work more, okay? Work more. What does that mean, work more? Anybody? Wake up earlier?
Longer hours.
Wake up earlier, get here earlier, work later,
Have a set schedule.
have a set schedule that's you're committed to, right? How about not taking days off you're normally going to take off? What about canceling a weekend getaway this month? These are ideas. How important is this to you? We all want to have balance in life. We all want to have fun. We want to see our families. We all want to experience fun and joy. But for 1 month, can you just say, hey, this is the month. I'm just going to kick butt all month long. Number 6, one of my first things I learned from Mike Ferry, and it means a lot when you understand it. It's 3 things. Show up, pay attention, and don't be attached to the outcome. So show up is simple to understand. That means get up on time, get up early, be here on time. When you're going on an appointment, be there 10 minutes early. 10 minutes early is on time. On time is late. Late is disrespectful, right? It's only 3 choices. 10 minutes early is on time is late is disrespectful. So that's what I think about show up. Pay attention, that means listen more than talk when you're speaking with your clients. Listen to what they're saying. Don't worry about what you have to say and what's coming up next and what you gotta, we all get caught up in our head and maybe we're nervous, but just listen to what they're saying and then you can guide them appropriately. Don't be attached to the outcome. Probably the hardest to learn. Who's ever been attached to the outcome? And what causes that?
Cannot be
Why are you disappointed? And why are you so attached? Desperation, right? You just don't have enough business going on and it just frustrates the crap out of you and people just don't listen and why aren't they as smart as you, right? All these judgmental thoughts partially. As soon as you can just teach yourself to step aside, learn from the lesson that something happened, something went wrong, right? They didn't want to meet with you, they bought through somebody else, they didn't sign a contract, whatever it is. What can you learn from those situations? That's the only thought that really should process through your brain. What did I learn How can I do it differently next time so the outcome I get is what I want? That's choosing to not be attached to the outcome. Number 7, I read this somewhere, some book, but I've learned a lot since then. And it says close 7 times, right? No isn't the end of a presentation. It's the beginning of a presentation. Why does someone say no? Any reason someone says no?
They don't have all the information they need.
They don't have all the information they need, right? They're not saying no to you. They're not saying no to what you're suggesting. They're saying, help me get the right information so I can make a decision that will allow me to do what it is I'm probably supposed to do. And you already know what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to work with you because you're the greatest real estate person in the world. And they're choosing not to work with you because you haven't conveyed that yet. You haven't proven it to them. So, no just means I need more information. So, for the month of September, think differently about these no's you're getting and what information do they not have. Michelle and I just had a conversation this morning about it. We got a really loud no, right, Michelle?
Yeah.
And the initial reaction was, well, mine just doesn't know better. They're never going to be able to buy a house that way. Homes sell in 24 hours around here. But maybe they don't understand the market yet. Maybe they don't understand what's going on out there because they haven't been beaten up by missing out on their dream home yet. So understand that no is not no. It's they're raising their hand for more information. And so learn how to get past that. And what's the one way to get past that?
Ask more questions.
Ask more questions. Perfect. You go. Number 8, for all of you, this is us specifically here, get into Chime. And for the month of September, find out exactly what is the situation with everyone that's in your Chime account. They're there because they need more information. They're there because they're interviewing agents for something, to buy a home, to sell a home. They're there because they fell in there and they don't want to be in there and you need to get rid of them. There's a reason they're in here. So why not take your... How many do you have in Chime approximately, Miguel? 300. And Jen?
Probably around 615, 620.
Right? So 615, 30 days in the month, 20 a day, tackle through, right? Feasible. For you, 10 a day, right? Can you get through them? Email, text, phone calls. Figure out what they need. How can you help them? And number 9, call blank SOI. Call blank SOI in the month of September. You decide what that is. SOI meaning sphere of influence, right? These are the people that like you, respect you, potentially want to work with you. How many do you want to commit to in the month of September? And number 10, I'm going to leave for you. So everyone right now, write down their number 10 for September. What is one thing you want to do differently? Think about, what is it, something you always want to do and you haven't been doing it? It's something you saw someone else do that had success with it. It's something that's going to motivate you when you wake up in the morning.
Wait, that was number 9?
That's number 10. Number 9 is call blank SOI.
And 10 was...
Number 10 is fill in the blank. You choose what you're going to do in the month of September to make it great.
I'm sorry, what was before call blank SOI?
Call blank SOI was get into Chime.
Oh, getting to China.
So with that, in our September to remember, we at 10:30 we'll go into the plan. But for right now, just to get you guys head there, you're going to track 3 things in September. Okay? Number 1, your contacts. Number 2, appointments met.
Hold on. Can you hold on?
You're going to track 3 things in the month of September. Your contacts, appointments met, and signatures. for appointments met, you can only count met one time per client. Okay?
Does that include a showing?
Yes.
Yeah, but you can only.
So if you have a new call from a client and you make an appointment to show them a house, that's an appointment met. But if you show them 2 days in a row, that's only one
And if
appointment.
you've shown
met.
them in the past, that doesn't count.
Past client, maybe.
No, but I'm saying like if it's somebody that you showed a house to last month, it doesn't count.
That's a good question.
I'm gonna say, well, let's just do a cutoff. If you showed them in August, it doesn't count.
Okay,
If you showed them prior to August, anything counts.
okay.
So you revive somebody you haven't seen in 30 days. I'm thinking if you've been in contact with them for 30 days, it's not a fair appointment.
Right.
Prior to August, we'll use that as a rule. Okay? And then signatures. A signature is one of three things. You get a listing contract signed, you get a buyer opened escrow, or you get your listing in escrow. Either one of those is a signature. Okay. So, any questions on that?
No, sir.
For those that don't know, we made a public announcement this morning, challenge rather. So, for those in, what do we call this? Social media land, Greg?
Yes.
This is really public now, right? This was public down the hall, about 100 feet away at another office, but now we're going public, really public. So if anybody wants to help us, I'm gonna ask for your help right now, because we really can use it. But I have a very good friend and a very good real estate agent in town named Dave Kaminsky. He is equally as good as us. He may think he's better, I may think I'm better, but we're not going to talk about that. All we're going to talk about right now is we're challenging him for our month of September to get more signatures than he gets. So,
And the winner gets.
and the loser is paying for a happy hour for the entire EXP family in the South Bay. Not just our team, but everybody. So it's going to be a big bill for somebody. And hopefully it's Dave's credit card and not mine. So I'm going to count on you guys here to help beat Dave. And then for anybody out there, if you want to help us, we appreciate it. Just give us a call, text, email. If you want to help Dave, help him in October, if you can. So with that, who's up for the challenge? And so right now, I'm just going to ask you for one commitment, and that is how many signatures will you get in September, Bahati? 2 for Bahati. Write this down, Tara. We're going to go to the computer, Zach and or Tina, if you're there.
This one kind of counts, by the way.
Three
It feels like
signatures.
yesterday.
Doesn't count.
No.
3 for Zach. Tina, did you join us? I can't tell.
I think she's on Facebook.
Oh, she's on Facebook. Okay. Is she talking to you anywhere?
Yeah, she can type it into the notes.
Tina, I need your number. Miguel.
I'll do 2 with a stretch goal of 3.
2 with a stretch of 3. Ashley.
4.
4.
Nice.
I want you to wake up and believe it and own it and feel it. So
Okay.
are you confident you absolutely can do 4 signatures?
Well, I learned from you to raise the bar, and you had said once that sometimes you always hit your goals, but you like to make them big and juicy. So that's what I'm doing.
So for September, I want you, you're going to hit it no matter what. And if you don't, you might, you're just going to do it. You're going to do whatever it takes to get it done. So why don't you choose a realistic goal?
Okay, 3.
3. Good.
Tina
Okay.
said 10.
Tina's 10. Thank you, Tina. Jen.
2.
2 for Jen. Michelle.
2.
2. Christian? 3. Awesome. Keon? How many?
2.
2. Thank you. And for those that aren't here, we'll get those numbers later.
How many
So
signatures do you think we need to be on top?
25.
25.
What's your goal?
It's going to be 25. Team goal.
Your personal.
No, your personal.
Oh, 6. Plus, we'll see. Might be 8. Well, I gotta beat Tina, so I can do 11. I gotta do 11. Listen, my goal is to help you guys get signatures, really. That's where my focus is. I always think of you guys first before me, so I didn't figure out my numbers. I just want to figure out how can we help you guys and how can we help our clients, right? So that's where my head goes. So I'm just thinking 25 as a team with a stretch goal of 31, 1 a day. How many days in September? 30, so 1 extra.
38.
All right, 1 a day plus 1. So that's really the goal. Can we pace at 1 a day? What is today?
September 1st.
First.
Okay. All right, so on 3, which is the topic of our next session, I need to hear all of you. Making millionaires. 1, 2, 3.
Making millionaires!
All right, awesome, great. Thank you for listening. Greg, you can cut the show. And we'll start up here in a minute and the rest of the